Hello, this is Mark Garbernell. I'd like to show you my Exposition Center prototype that I've been working on for the last month. It's an exhibition center that's out in space. You can see the big blue marble out there. And it primarily uses the keyboard and mouse controls similar to a first-person shooter type of game. But I put on the floor these navigation points that you see there's a cursor in the middle of the screen that if you point it at the nav point and click, it brings you right to that point. So you can see they highlight like that. So it's a quicker way to get around, and also possibly easier for those that aren't accustomed to the first-person controls of a keyboard and mouse. Also, I have at art pieces, when you put the cursor over it, you'll notice that the cursor, first it's here, you can see it in the middle, but then when it goes over the art piece, it disappears so that you can view the piece without this circle right in the middle of the screen. You can also see here that to the left there is the information about the art piece, the name, artist, year, and media, and a little description of what it is. Also, this doesn't always appear when you're just looking at a piece from afar. You'll see as I back up, it'll disappear, and the cursor comes back. But once you get close enough within range, it pops up the information and the cursor disappears. There's a few more art pieces over here. Now I'll use these nav points to get around, and you'll see doesn't have to be in order either. You can go step to the next one, as long as it's in view and as long as you can select it. Sometimes the farther ones are harder to select. The surface isn't as large to click on. Not only am I trying to show 2D pieces that I've drawn, you can see like up above, I'd like to make kind of like these 3D installation type pieces. The one on the ceiling here is of the Parallaxium portal. All this artwork is part of a comic book graphic novel series called Parallaxium that I'm currently working on. So we'll move over to the next room, and you'll see that, we'll look at this picture right here, another example of what I'm trying to do with this virtual type gallery exhibition center, is to take pieces normally just seen as 2D art and create some of them in 3D for that extra interesting experience that you can do with the digital media and multimedia. Now you can see the room, get an example of the room in a 3D perspective. Also, you can bring objects that were normally just in 2D into the 3D world and see them once again from a 360-degree view. I've also added this new type of image. For all extensive purposes, it looks like a normal 2D painting or picture illustration, but you'll see that it does have a parallax perspective type thing going on, which brings out a 3D quality, which I think is kind of neat. Always fun to annoy the robot. And back here in this next room, as we leave the Parallaxium artwork, see I went through this almost like curtain of illustration into a gallery room where there's other works that I've done and some empty spaces back there. This room's just beginning to be created. It's probably add more to it, and there's many more spaces to be filled.